After the Envy match, I just felt like Envy prepared a lot better than us. And I kind of went out of that match saying, I don't really want to ever feel like the other team prepared better than me again. But going into the IMT match, it was even worse than being unprepared in my opinion.
Flame getting into the last second with the ultimate as CLG's base gets torn to shreds.
I just felt like we were unconfident as a team and in our gameplay.
And coming into the 2017 Summer Split, Immortals singing a different song, and Immortals are going to be headed to the first place match in Boston.
I come out of that match saying, I never want to feel that unconfident as a team again. And I think it was just a complete failure of everybody on the team. What I want to change for next time is that we have 2 more weeks. We have 1 chance to go to Worlds, and that's through the Gauntlet. That's through our 3rd, 4th place match. And if we don't do well in those, and if we don't treat every day in practice as important as it should be, then it's a complete failure on our part, and it's a complete failure on my part. So I think one of the things I like the most about being a pro gamer is how hard it pushes me to improve myself, not only in regards to my League of Legends ability, but in everything else that I do. And I think that's a big part of the reason that I've been able to improve myself so fast. And I definitely know that if I didn't go pro, I wouldn't have improved nearly as much as I did. And I think that's just really important to have, like, no matter who you are or what you do, is to have some sort of goal or have some sort of career or desire that pushes you to be better and pushes you to learn. Because for me, what becoming a pro did was, first of all, it forced me to mature. I had to live in a gaming house after living, at home with my parents and my family for like 17 years. And I had to learn like a lot about responsibility, and I had to learn a lot about how do you deal with 4 other people when you have arguments, when you want to help them improve, and just like understanding other people, dealing with other people. And then at the same time, how do I deal with all these things living on my own? How do I put myself in the best possible shape to be there every day at practice so I can learn as much as possible and be in the best mindset? There's just so many little things that I have to learn every day, and I'm forced to tackle every day because I'm training in the LCS to be the best. And if I don't push myself to grow in some way, then I'm just gonna fall behind the other competition, and I'm not going to hold up at all.
I said to Darshan, I said, tell me one time what your last, or how to pronounce your last name, I'll always do it right.
Say it again? Wait, let me see.
Body-eye.
Let's go a little bit off. It's good enough though. Oh, no, no. I'll let it pass now.
Oh, basketball. Good job, Tony.
Zach, what's the final color you want?
Huh?
What's the final color you want for your hair?
Look at this, bro. Don't touch it. It's because you didn't blow dry. You didn't blow dry.
That's all dry, bro.
Jay baited you, Zach.
I put stuff in my hair.
Oh, is that
The
why?
curly stuff, yeah.
Oh.
Wait, why are we going? Oh, you're waiting.
Do you like the luggage or not?
Nah. I can get you close.
Aren't we here like super early?
Yeah. Well, what
Because
time do we leave?
our flight's at 1:30.
Made it, boys.
Zach, it's all your fault.
Actually, a backpack.
Oh yeah.
That's light. You planning on doing some shopping while you're here? Is that the plan?
Hopefully.
We're gonna get real snuggled in here, dude. I really like it.
Like,
Do you want to?
yeah, so what was the, I guess the reasoning behind the like cloud stuff?
Oh, yo, that camera's alpha.
Yeah, like
Cloud stuff.
like CLG is now cloud
It's
ready
alpha.
for this event.
Oh, so that's like,
Like you, Homer.
because
So
you
you're gonna-
can't
so
just
you're
put
gonna
your
do shrimp,
logos
right?
on the shuttles because
Yeah. I remember you were the most useless last time.
Hello. Oh, hey, Darshan. Jesus Christ, Homer.
Oh, this is fun. I'm right here. Oh no, Omar.
Not bad. I got a bed and a couch.
Hi guys, we're here in Boston. Just want to show you guys our practice room in the hotel that we're staying in. So. It's just like a normal hotel room, and pretty much they just took out all the furniture and stuff, and we just have all our desks and practice setups and stuff. So, I mean, you see here it's pretty basic, just computers and stuff. So Zach's playing the game, he's playing some Lux support. Nice, getting after it. Here's my station. Yeah, I mean everyone's station is pretty much the same. We have our sub Zaganox over here. Then we got a ton of food and stuff over here that right hooked up with. We got coffee, ramen, all this stuff that people eat. And yeah, very nice.
So the third, fourth game kind of plays a role of if we lose it, we have to play another best of 5, and if we win it, we play one less. So if we lose against Dignitas, we have to play against FlyQuest in the first round of the Gauntlet, and if we beat Dignitas, we are 1 seed up, and then we play the winner of FlyQuest versus Dignitas.
Yeah, I guess like the thing that I want to change is like I felt like we would make the same mistake a lot. So like whether it's like we know they're gonna go mid on J or something like that, I feel like we're not like properly reacting to their plays.
We have to accept one of two things: that we're either going to play against a good comp, or a comp that's going to have a lot of pressure. Because we can't ban for both. Like, we can't ban for both reasons. Yeah. So the issue fully surrounds how the rest of our draft comes out after the first 3 picks.
Okay.
Well, not even the first 3 picks. After the first 2 picks, really. So like
Well,
Thresh was
I
okay
think
because it's
Thresh
like
was
a
fine,
safe pick.
Yeah, it's just
But
we're just playing a safe bot lane. So we should
This
just play on
this is my issue, which is we have limited resources in draft, right? Like in the game, we also have limited resources, but we have to find the best way to allocate those resources based on the team that we're playing against.
Day before Dignitas match, we just finished with like a 3-hour meeting talking about picks and bans and our strategy going into tomorrow. Feel pretty prepared. Well, definitely a lot more prepared than I did against Immortals, which is a good thing, and R&D match, so definitely feels a lot better going into tomorrow. And we also just did some rehearsals and photo shoots and had a couple scrim games, so now it's just time for bed before we have our game tomorrow. Yeah, so I feel like we've done all the preparation we can, and all we need to do now is get like a good night's rest and get ready for the games tomorrow, and I'm excited to win.
Welcome and thank you for joining me here in the historic TD Garden as we kick off the North American LCS Summer Finals weekend.
And right now, boys, we are now cresting that 20-minute mark. We're into the point of the game where Baron is live, and Dignitas is a team that lives and dies. Oh, TP coming in from Darshan. CLG looking to come in, find a collapse. Shrimp flashing over the wall, trying to escape, utilizing the blast kill, but he's found his way right back into the normal fight. Darshan grabbing the final hit onto him. Dignitas full retreat. Stixay gets the kill down onto Keen. 3 dead on Dig. Who he's gonna make it 4. A double for the Kog'Maw.
This could be the Baron for CLG. It has spawned. They're gonna go straight for it. 21 minutes into the game.
I have to box you in 2.
All right, I can EQ up.
1. 0. I'm gonna box you now, Trevor, go.
I'm on Shen.
Yeah. I bound Talia. He's dead,
Shen.
I'm dead. I got him. All right, good shit. End game.
End the game. Nice.
And ladies and gentlemen, not even 30 minutes in, CLG takes game 1.
Jarvan's there too.
I can be there first. Take it slow.
Just spot him.
Yeah, I'm gonna run over Trevor.
Yes, come.
Might be late.
He just jumped on me.
I'm gonna catch him. Keep going.
Yes, Q. We can flash and kill him.
Go on drivers. I'm here.
I'm on Jarvan.
I'm gonna hit Gragas.
I have heal.
I'm gonna flash on Gragas. Go for it.
I'm going for Jarvan too. Yep.
Exhaust. Ignited.
I need a leash. Okay.
All that's left are the Nexus turrets as they take... Oh, someday might even be next!
Might as well pad the stats a little bit harder. The Guardian Angel popped on the steps to safety. Someday trying to get away. The Fountain Laser having a bit of a word with CLG about going any further, but they do not need to. GG, game 2.
Just make sure, play small reminder. Make sure that we stay focused next game. It's gonna start 0-0. I just take every game, so make sure we stay focused, alright?
Yeah. Let's close this out.
But they may have found a pit.
Here we go. Adrian gonna be the one who's jumped on Glacial Fissure to disengage things. Darshan taking low, but Counter-Strike still able to keep him alive. The Blade Storm comes out. Featherstorm dropped in the middle of the fight as now Huhi in the back line fighting his way onto Keen. Alltech drops. Stixay's grabbing a kill. Huhi down onto Keen, who takes down Stixay. As Afromu grabs Keen, it's 3 for 1. Shrimp is very, very low. Alltech trying to keep himself alive. More damage coming out. CLG zoning them away. Nexus turret number 2 about to fall. Someday back alive on the front line. Huhi able to find the damage. Alltech is down. Shrimp's almost going to be taken out as well. Huhi falls. Someday's going to be chased down. And Dignitas has found themselves in an unrecoverable position.
Got him. Hell yeah. Let's go. Get their way, boys. 3-0.
Yeah, so I think like we played that series kind of how I kind of felt at MSI and how I felt last year, more so where the game was really easy because Zach was doing a good job leading us and we were playing as a team every step of the way. And when we play like that, I feel like we can beat any team. And it's just about, you know, like catching up on the meta, like everyone leveling up. Omar definitely, I think, stepped up a lot. And everyone did a good job of helping each other and helping him. And I think we spent like a good 3 or 4 hours yesterday, like talking about how we're gonna prepare for this match. So I feel like we came in really well prepared, which is what I wanted, because we didn't do that for IMT or Envy. So it just felt a lot better going into the game. So yeah, next week we have one more day to watch the final. I'm excited to see if TSM or IMT wins. That's gonna be an interesting final. And after that, we come back and then we have like 2 or 3 days of practice to kind of fix whatever we want before we play Dig again, probably, or FlyQuest. And then we have the final boss C9. So this next week is probably going to be the most important week of this year. So I'm hoping to just do everything in my power to make us as prepared as possible. A lot of players, when they think of Darshan, don't really think that I'm the player who's played the most in an ALCS, who's played every single split, but it's actually true. And if I had to answer, why is that, Darshan? Why have you played every single split in the NALCS and it doesn't look like you're going to stop anytime soon? I'd probably say that it's just this feeling I have, and that feeling is that it's the same feeling I've had since the first competition I've ever played, and burning desire and this burning like fire that I feel every single day, no matter whether it's a regular season NALCS match or it's finals at MSI or it's group stages at Worlds. It's this excitement and this just burning desire in me to want to win, to want to compete. It hasn't gotten any weaker since the first day I played. I think that's the biggest thing that I have, is just my drive and my hunger and my want to improve and succeed has never dwindled. And I think that it won't stop until I've achieved what I want to achieve. So this week, the weird situation is that we have 3 or 4 days to scrim, but the only teams we can scrim are other Gauntlet teams. And I don't think I've ever been in that situation before, and I haven't been in the Gauntlet where you're playing your competition. So that's a pretty weird concept where it's like, oh, do we go all out? Do we hide certain strategies? How do we want to play against this team? And I think the ultimate conclusion we came to was we're just going to play all out. We don't really care if they see what strategies we have. They've already seen a lot of the series we played, and we're just going to focus on us and how we can improve and how we're going to play for Gauntlet. And going into the week so far, I definitely feel like the hardest set is going to be the C9 set, because we haven't really seen much of what they have to offer. I think they're the hardest set, and the FlyQuest Dig match, having played both teams in scrims and having played Dignitas on stage, I'm not too worried about either team. It just doesn't really feel like they're, more so Dignitas doesn't really feel like they're that in it. And so I feel like it's really on us to win our first series against Dignitas and FlyQuest, and the series against C9, I feel like they have strong players, but they've never really been able to bring it together as a team. So I feel like that's the biggest thing we have over them.
Counterlogic Gaming are now 1 series away from heading back to the World Championship. They will face the final boss in Cloud9, and they're looking to pad their stats a little bit more. Nexus finally falls. GG. 1 more to go for CLG.
Fun.
Pick one.
Oh. No!
No! I told you!
Alright, I'll take this one.
Why didn't you guys open it?
Do not eat that. Yeah, I know, I'll take this one.
Just eat this.
We're gonna share this one.
I don't want it.
Tony, you want it? Coach of the series.
Stop.
Coach of the series.
No, only coach.
Alright, final
Actually,
try.
no, there's 2 coaches.
Happy birthday. Is your birthday the same as my Zach's? It is on the same day? Happy birthday.
Thanks.
What a good day. What did you do?
Practice.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Zach and Zach. Happy birthday to you.
Oh, Pop's on here too.
Blow out the candles. They bought the cake.
What kind of cake? You guys? Pop, your name's on here, bro. You see it?
Wait, picture. White cake. You gotta get a picture. Yeah. Together.
Oh, let's pop out the cake.
Yeah.
Let's go, Pop.
I didn't buy the cake, bro.
3, 2, 1.
You guys are gonna do it, all right? Let's come out there, let's be strong, let's have fun, all right? We'll have our ups and our downs, stay as a team, act as a team, pick each other up, and you guys will come out successful, all right? Let's do this, take advantage of it. Let's go. Make it happen, lads. CLG on 3. 1, 2, 3.
CLG! This to me is one of the hardest best of fives we've ever had to predict as far as outcomes go. These two teams, despite momentum from CLG, despite the pedigree from both these organizations, it feels like one of the closest Gauntlet finals we'll ever have.
You guys got this shit. Good luck.
It's got an angle.
Next aggression a little too much, gonna hop straight into Gragas is waiting up, Darshan leaps over the wall, the casket's good, and Contracts is gonna go down!
Impact though,
Ooh,
Darshan.
Darshan. The fight is going to start. The knockup lands in onto the Gnar, but now Impact in the front side going to take it all up. Hops the Stoneplate ulti, finds only one, but it is Sneaky. Smoothie dances back in for the shield. Then Sneaky able to take out Stixay on the front side. Double stop. There for Jensen. Knockup as well from Smoothie. Unstoppable for the Syndra. C9 win another fight.
Just a clean fight by C9. Strong initiation. They flash for him.
It again. Flash forward. There's the ace as Malkai gets the final kill, and Cloud9 will snowball the back end of this game. Contracts goes golden, and Cloud9 claim the first Nexus on their road to Worlds.
They're going to ban Cho again. That's going to happen, for sure, right?
I just want to ban like the Malphite stuff. We should ban Malphite.
Yeah, so we would do that over Galio and potentially play against Galio Rakan. Are we fine playing against Galio Rakan? Alright, let's get it, guys.
But they are going to be looking for the play on Sneaky. We'll see if Mark can find him.
Good buster shot. Omar moves back around. Sneaky looking to juke out of the way. Can't juke the ulti as Shen. He's going to fall in. Sneaky though doesn't get the ult. Smoothie as he tries to disengage the rest of an Impact. A big taunt, but Hui able to steal the kill. Smoothie goes down as well to Victor. His contract's a little late here. Impact flashing out of the way, but Jensen has roamed up, but no help now as the exhaust goes down. Darshan also TP's in. Impact has the wave here. He's going to taunt through, and Darshan might chase, but he has to dive a turret if he wants to try and get this 1v1. Pulls it back. Spirit's refuge is good, and Darshan has to book it out of the way. The engage comes. 3-man knuckle after the recombo from Smoothie, but Hui, a great ult down Afro, gets the stun. Sneaky melts under the pressure, and Contracts now has to book it. CLG far too strong in that 4v4.
I mean, Stixay took a lot of damage from the Baron there. Looks like they want to fight anyway, though. TP's coming in from Darshan.
Afro actually starting it, but a great ult does find Smoothie. Impact comes in, but he has to just book it out of the way, and Hui still dishing out damage. Omar with the play does get charmed up on the other side, but the Stoneplate keeping him nice and healthy as Hui zones out Contracts. And now Impact going to get chased down. CLG just trying to run somebody down. Looks like Impact is going to have to pay the price. Darshan with the leap strike and takes the kill.
And Jensen came back in for more.
Oh, Sneaky just kills Afro as Jensen able to stay alive. Smoothie going to force Stixay to flash out of the way. Little too risky as Hui. Oh, Sneaky's going to be a kill. Mistake there as Sneaky grabs the reset, looks for Omar.
The last minion there, Darshan's already on the Nexus turrets. Shen is back, though. He's going to have to back off.
One turret dead. That's bad. They're on to Hui. But they're going to try and get Hui. Damage is there. C9 able to get the kill. And now they need to try and end the game.
Omar is trying to cut the minion wave, but the minion wave is right there.
Darshan's coming back to base, but will he actually get taunted out of this?
Darshan does TP. Impact didn't have a cooldown. Now it's 4v1. Darshan has to hold all by himself.
I don't think he can. There's 10 seconds on the rest timers.
TPs. That's damage. GA popped. C9 looking to close out the game. Nexus turret 1 goes down. Darshan is going to get knocked up. Smoothie finds the place. C9 grab the ace, and they'll make the comeback and claim game number 2.
We just have to make sure that we are playing confidently and decisively, even though it's game 3 and we're down 0-2. Okay, guys? Very, very important.
We won 3 games in a row yesterday.
Yeah.
You guys got this.
To be TPing back into this wave without knowing Joe.
Smoothie going to be moved back in. Does get a pretty big play down, but he's already stunned. Flashes a little late, and there's first blood for Omar. That's the grab on the Aframu ulti there. Actually stuns up the tank. Contracts in the front line as well. He's going to find it. Sneaky getting bounced around. Here's enough damage to Stixay. He's going to get the reset, but Jensen still firing away. Darshan back in business as Smoothie caught out. He's going to fall to Hui. CLG, they find the team fight win. 5v3. C9 trying to get away.
If they get the jungle, they could get Baron here.
They're going to get Contract, but look at things. A shutdown for Stixay.
This could be the wave that C9 decides to fight on.
Has to be if they want to. They need to go now.
Ulti looks for Stixay, doesn't find it. Grab onto Darshan, but Afro back in, finds the carries again. Oh, comboed in. The turret falls in and amongst the mix. Now Stixay leaping forward to try and take out Contracts as Sneaky. The only carry left alive. Jensen got deleted in that team fight, and Impact, he's left out to dry. Going to try and end the game right now. Duke the bot in hit if they need it for some insurance, but looks like that's not the case. Sneaky caught out there. Does take the lantern out after the Feather Storm. Pulls it back. Finds a stun for Contract into Hui, but he just does not have enough. Omar able to take him down. Stixay threatening. Leaps on a Sneaky, and that should be game here for CLG.
We can make the 6 play bottom really easily this game, and they may want to swap because they do have Galio, and we have Shen. Okay, so let's just make sure that we're on top of that.
Yep.
And then jungle support, just make sure you guys play together like you did last game. Stay on our side of control, and you guys got it. Good luck.
Gonna save it for now. Nope, never mind. Onto Omar instead. Justice Punch is great to buffer out of that twisted advance, and Impact, he's real tanky, but gets flashback.
Baron.
The knockback is good. Impact still buying time. I think he's gonna go down, but it's gonna take a little too long.
I mean, C9 are on Baron. If they get this is a horrible trade for CLG, so they're gonna have to try to contest. They're going in.
Darshan TPs, Afro sticks out Darshan over here. Baron is gonna go down. Contact does smite it away, but Smoothie is looking to melt down. The Spirit Refuge denies so much damage. Shockwave though finds two, and the rocket jump happens out of it, but Darshan still goes down to Jensen. Ulti there from Rek'Sai is gonna be the flash forward. 6-8, barely gonna leave the ignite, not enough.
Flash.
There's Jensen, flash, needs the ultimate, but got out of vision. The Q, not enough. Needs to speed himself up. There's the kill. Jensen does get it.
CLG would have to face check into this, but they're looking for a play in the mid lane.
Oh,
they got Jensen!
Jensen! 6-8 with the shutdown. And now the play continues. Impact gonna tank up what he can, but it just got no damage left. Smoothie.
Oh, Sneaky got rooted.
Shielding up, and Sneaky still trying to back out of the way. Does get damage. Well, Sneaky.
Hey, watch it. One time. She has no ulti. Sorry. I got you. He already got. Back. I no flash. No ulti, nothing. I'm dead. Take your soul. Watch his Q. Okay. He has no Rek'Sai ulti. He flashed. What the fuck? That was bullshit. Yo, I can combo. Go. No, you have to. You don't.
Darshan is making a super risky play. He's actually TPing to the top lane. He's gonna look for the inhibitor turret. They have Baron. They can get it with this wave.
Hey, Galio's coming. Should I go for top? Can I go for top? Yeah, go right now. You have 20 seconds.
Well, but will he go down on the way back? I mean, he has to make it out because his death timer will be so long. Yeah, and CLG can't afford to just give this up, I don't feel. They're going to look for the fight. When will Darshan pull the trigger?
At that point when I died and the fight was 4v5, it's kind of like hoping that a miracle happens. It just became more and more evident. Like, I think Sneaky flashed in, one-shot Trevor, and the game was just over at that point. So once I died, yeah, I was pretty helpless, and just in that game in general, in terms of team fighting, like Shen against the comp they had, just didn't really feel like I had much impact straight up team fighting. So once I got into that team fight, once I died, I just knew that we most likely lost the series and the game was over. And it was honestly really sad to know that that was the end of our season, and that this series was kind of the last series that we showcased to not only ourselves, but the whole world. In the moment, I felt incredibly sad, because when you spend your whole life and your only goal for like 9 months of the year is to be the best League of Legends player and put everything that you have into being the best, it's gonna be heartbreaking when you lose. And I was incredibly sad, but at the same time, like I said, even though you fail that test, it doesn't really show everything, the hardships that you went through, the struggles you went through day by day, and that's kind of what I want to remember, is all the good and all the learning I did go through. So even in that moment of like immense sadness that, you know, the game was over and there was nothing I could do, I think it's important to not forget like what you have learned and the good that has come from it. You know, having to deal with like replacing a jungler at the end of the split with a jungler who hasn't played competitively on an LCS team is no small task, and I feel like we definitely tried pretty hard to integrate Omar, and I think like also I want to give a lot of credit to Omar for, I feel like he tried really hard to improve as much as he could. I think that's one of the positives I want to take away, is that things might seem hard or like hopeless in a sense, where, you know, we're put in such a like disadvantaged situation. We and I were able to stay really positive and believe and focus on what we could change. And I can honestly say that I've worked really hard every year, and I'm only getting better and better and smarter about myself and what I need to improve. And next year, I just want to set out the schedule and the routine for myself every single day, so that by the time I get to next Worlds, I can truly say that I deserve to be a champion.